Väldigt säker. I'm gonna go with my answer would be M. That's tough. Wow. I'm gonna go with my favorite villain. Oh. Good. Because then I have to hurry. Okay, 6. 4. 2 minutes. 2 minutes. You. And if you die, I want to die with you. Take your end and walk away. Such a lonely day, and it's mine. The most loneliest day of our life. Such a lonely day shouldn't exist. The day I know, and if you go, shit. I said shit. Okay. I have a bit 52. Oh. such a lonely day. Lonely. Oh shit. What is that? Raz, dwa, trzy, cztery, pięć, sześć, siedem, osiem, dziewięć, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ugh. 12 seconds. That's. Oh. Or maybe just need some sleep. I got a sick obsession. I'm seeing it in my dream. I'm looking your desperate alley. I'm by your desperate love. I'm on it all night long against the wall. Doubling issue buying will come to controversial. Because the mobs are having a wonderful day. I look rough, I feel rough. We just slept for 4 hours. We woke up about 10 minutes ago. Disastrous freaking day. I woke up at, no, I finished making a video this morning at 8 o'clock in the morning. The Wi-Fi was out until like 3. I went to bed at like 2. So I know the Wi-Fi was out if I was sleeping. Upload. So yeah, I'm gonna do a normal video and that's gonna be it. But cool news. We got the moon. Ain't it pretty? Ooh, so yes guys. I hate starting like that. Yeah, so guys. You can do better than that, bro. So sup, which is much better. Like you just heard me say, oh, crappy day. And then I overslept because I was bored. There was nothing to do. Not because there was nothing to do. I could have done a lot of things. I could have transferred video. I could have used the Wi-Fi from the phone to watch a couple movies. But I was like, you know what? This is perfect. It's gonna be a day off. I've been tired lately, but it's very rare that you're tired on a day where you overslept. Yesterday I slept from 11 to like 5:30, which is 6 hours and a half. Then I slept from 11 to 4 this morning, and then this morning I was wanting to sleep from 8 to something because again we didn't have the Wi-Fi, so yeah, rough morning, dude, rough morning. But let's have a lot of content. So today plan is gonna be an intro. I don't have that much to say during. I don't have that much during the intro to say. I'm gonna do a movie review. Because I could talk about, oh my god, the lack of internet, how much it fucked me up, but I did that already. I could talk about how dependent I am on technology, but I did that already. You know about the giant size of my cock, but I did that already. Yeah. Way too often, but hey, it's endearing and cute. So I'm gonna do something different. I'm gonna do something less. The reality is, battery-wise, this morning we were fucked up. I had the same problem tonight, so if I can do 2 videos instead of 1, I'll be good. So what we're gonna do is intro plus movies, and intro plus movies gonna last an hour and a half. We didn't watch any movies today. We didn't watch any anime. We did start one, which was really freaking good. We're gonna find you the name. Such a lonely day. And if you go campfire, cooking ends another world with my absurd skill, which is really freaking good. It is so good. It is so good. I didn't finish it. Yes, I can't talk about it, but it's so good. Why am I repeating myself? Because when the comments in the base king, you know what? First of all, let me get something to eat, something to drink. There you go. Perfect. Base King. So when it comments, talk about an anime. I always read your comment before because it's an investment of time. Look at me talking like a freaking mogul. An investment of time is an investment of sometimes 5 hours. So it's still something that's pronounced, or it's still something that matters, or it's still something that you have to take in consideration. Where's the other one? Oh, yeah. There you go. Perfect. Such a lonely day, and it's mine. The day that I can stand, and if you go, we're gonna do mukbang / movie. Which I've never done before. In 5 years, I was looking at comments, and I'm gonna check with you guys, because I do think it's interesting enough for a video. Good night. We survived. Holy shit, we survived. There's also gonna be a tower talk. So tonight, there is Oceana Bar Grill, there's a movie talk, and there's tower talk. That's on the moon, and if I'm being completely honest, the sunset is pretty good. My father takes me today. He's like, hey, I love you, son. And I did. He said, I love you, daughter. More likely, but still didn't happen. He has made the same joke over and over and over and over and over again, because my love is for the 4 people that made it, that found it funny. The 90 other percent that found it to be sad and not funny. Bahamik. I'm excited to see Johnny Depp as Scrooge, because if somebody can pull it off, is yours truly, Johnny Depp. Right? If you see the difference between Jack Sparrow and Scrooge, there's not that many. I'm actually saying that. Oh, yeah. I'm gonna edit this to make it seem like I had a couple of drinks. I don't know what the frick I'm talking about, but you know the reality. So, what was I talking about? Oh yeah, my father texted me. He's like, hey, trip canceled. We're not leaving. And I'm like, dude, it sucks that you canceled your trip. First of all, it sucks that you are. He was going to go to Scotland. Scotland. I think it was Scotland, but I don't know. Because it's Nouvelle-Écosse. Écosse is Scotland. So Nouvelle-Écosse is what? Nouvelle is new. There's nothing against New Scotland. Nouvelle-Écosse. Nova Scotia. Okay, yeah. Yeah, Nova Scotia, yeah. Which is Toronto, Ontario, which is Halifax. That's why he was looking at the weather for Halifax. That makes sense. Yeah, we didn't even live in the country. There was a lot of rain there. Us in Montreal are gonna have some rain next week. Well, it's so early, but it is on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. We're gonna get some rain, and it's not a big deal that he canceled because like you do what you want, but at the same time we're taking step backs because you finally trust me with taking care of your plans. You finally trust me with picking up your package. You didn't trust me to go in the house, but that's okay. Baby steps. Why is that important? It's not important if I go in the house or not. I mean, okay, so the truth is, when I left, the relationship was bad, so he said, give me back your keys, I don't want you in here anymore. Okay. So the proof, the key symbolize a healthy relationship, which is important. The key symbolize a healed relationship, which is even more important. I don't care how good it is, I care that it's healed. Because if it's healed, we can move on. Can we move on to the right direction or the wrong direction? In even the wrong direction, or moving forward to the wrong direction, is better than maintaining this resentment. Waking me up, cause I can't stop feeling like I'm exactly the same. When the one track mind, I don't think I can change. I need to remember resentment. Great song. Great song, but doesn't beat their old stuff. Just saying. The same thing. The day before. Yes, hi mom. Or yeah, met ya. Supper. And then I was gonna say, ink. Chicken breast again, dude? Didn't you eat that yesterday, the day before, and the day before? Well, the day before was before yesterday, and the day before is Wednesday, right? And who are you? Second of all, my mom. If you're my mom, hi mom, I love you, I miss you, and I hope you're doing well. Third of all, they're freaking delicious, dude. I could be if you had a choice between eating the same meal every single day. I don't know. Eating the same meal. Maybe that's the air. Fun psychological exercise. Right? I use the choice between eating the same meal every single day. Ha. Eating a different meal every day. What would you choose? What? Eating a different meal every 3 days. There's a lot of meal exists, but tasting over 100 meal per year. If you live 35 years, it makes it. You got to taste 7,500 different meal. Which is great. The one that you do have, however, is something that you like, something that is guaranteed to be quality. The one that you taste can be something that you don't like. Doesn't mean that it's not quality. It means that it's not in your palate, right? Yes, I'm going to take the same boring thing, but a guaranteed success over the possible success, but not so much, right? Now, I was talking about what? I was talking about the anime. I was talking about my father. I was talking about Neil. Neil was great. My father. And it's the first time he trusts me. Yes, we're not at the stage of key yet, which kind of sucks because there's still a hurt feeling there. You mentioned this last week, like, oh, when you were living here, when you were in your room, what kind of... this is cool because this was yesterday. No. What day ago? I've got... This sounded like Juice WRLD. See, Juice WRLD was the only artist that I really missed. I did like a lot Mac Miller. Rest in peace, Malcolm. Love you, dude. I did like a lot Chester Bennington. But oh, search is full, huh? Well, you didn't have Wi-Fi today, so that checks out. That checks out. With my one-track mind, I don't think I can change. No sound the same, the same, the same. Wildfire, birthday, 294. Sunrise, which technically means that this is day 295. Is that it? Yeah, that's what it means. That's what it means. Burning me up. Oh, I got some things important to do with the tar talk. With the tar talk. I hate the fact that I put my phone on the charger, but I didn't check, didn't follow through. Suit me up. Sunset day 294. Suited me up. Four. Okay, so good. Move the trash. Good. All items. Yeah. Talk about this. Wednesday. He was like, "Oh, you know, when you were here, your relationship wasn't great," and I'm like, and I usually get pissed off because my father, although a great human being, tendency to repeat himself. I have a tendency to hold grudge. Right? And every single time I get pissed at him because I'm like, dude, I was there for 12. That was 15 years ago. But okay, well, it was fun to have a conversation, which is once a month at least. End up in the same situation where I get mad at him and he's mad at me, whatever. I get mad at him because he's holding a 12-year-old grudge. I mean, because he's not healed. It was very selfish also because, like, on Thursday, we have a event. It's kind of been close, like, hey, usually it's, we want to come, right? But this week we're supposed to leave to Cinema Scotia. Trip our boys. In fact, we did fantastic, but I was like, hey, I'm gonna be gone for 1 week. We have to see each other this week. But when my girlfriend is there, I'm gonna get ready to leave. Sure. I have to see you this week, but I only can see you tomorrow. Okay. Not a big ask. And then he texts me at 11:15. He texts me and told me at 8:15. I'm supposed to be there at 8:30. So, on that second, he told me when I'm getting ready. And I'm like, why are you late? I don't know, I received a call. I don't know. We'll figure. Right? I want to stop saying this why. Because I wasn't in the best of mood. And I'm not saying that's what he did. I'm not pointing fingers, but it's stuck because there's time where I'm not in a better mood and I fight with him. And if I'm in a better mood, I would fight. Tell me, oh, you're late. I'm like, how am I late? He said, well, we're supposed to be there at 8 o'clock. I said, since when? Every time I came in was at 8:30. So I was on time. And I did. What are you talking about? But, you know, I made the extra effort. And, you know, maybe I was feeling, because of the whole thing, I was feeling defiant. But he tells me the story. And I'm like, I was stuck in my room to the wolf for a whole year. Why? Because I was supposed to live there. I got kicked out. I got taken back in a condition that I would find work. I didn't find work, but I had a job. So I did a class in baking. And baking. I had a classmate. I was still co-worker with a classmate. I said, don't worry, I'm going to be opening a bakery. And 6 months. Okay, I'm there. Didn't work because, well, think about this, sorry, for so long. And basically what happened was, I'm gonna put this. She wanted me to do some renovation I did not know. First step. Second of all, I did. She had work in bakeries, which is artisanal bakeries. We call it that in French, but it's basically like traditional bakeries. So what you do the dough yourself. I was working for Costco, which is a great experience, but I was also doing pre-made products, so I forgot some of the recipe. I forgot some of the technique, of course. And I had forgotten and said that, well, I think I'm going to start, I can't teach you tough. You should have learned them before you came. Truth is, I should have. I spent 6 months working out. Because I was at my mom's house and I got fat. And I was 50 pounds in 6 months, which was insane. Insane. And should have learned it. But the situation was like that. I came back right away. My stepmom, we argued because she was like, you cannot keep coming back and forth and back and forth and back and forth, right? And I'm telling you, like, okay, well, this is it, right? So I'm leaving in 6 months. I'm not working, but I'm working out. And she feels like it's not fair because I should work. So she started giving me shit because she's like, well, if you don't work, you're never gonna leave this and you're always gonna be there. So I'm like, okay, well, we're fighting every single day, right? And the truth is what? The truth is, I got kicked out once, I'm getting kicked out again, right? But I'm smart enough to understand that if I don't provoke, like for example, this is the mentality of a dude that was clearly insecure. This is the mentality of a dude that was clearly not well. These were dark time in my life, right? I was constantly in survival mode. So I was building plan. I was home alone in my own home. I wasn't alone. I was making these conspiracy theory in my head, which weren't real. But I was like, dude, my stepmom is smart. We fight a lot. My stepmom, my father, my father, we fight a lot. But when it's done, it's done. And it's not a situation of, hey, dude, we have to talk right now. It's like, no, it's over. So I'll tell you 13 years from now. I'll tell you about this fight. But so I'm like, okay, well, she's not gonna fight with me if I don't do anything. But then, am I able to be in the house and not do anything? No. So I go in my room and I close the door, right? So I'm in my room the whole day. What quality of life is that? I had to wait until they were gone from home to go in the kitchen, make myself some food, and they would leave from 8 to 4. My father would leave from 6 to 3. So I basically had from 8 to 3. And I basically had, 8 hours to eat. I was doing intermittent fasting without wanting to do intermittent fasting, right? So I was stuck in the room and I couldn't go out. When it was nice, I couldn't go out. When it was a outing, couldn't go out, right? So I started losing the weight, right? And then I get to the job. The job don't work because of what I told you, which is far away. I come back and she's like, okay, well, if you're back, there's gonna be a rule because, you know, you're gonna do, and this is when I stopped being in my room. a lot. And what exactly happened with Shucks is that I, I like I said, I was in that room. My father was like, "Dude, she almost left me in the ambience in the house. It wasn't great." And I'm like, "You guys are fucking nuts." And they said it wasn't easy that I was in that room. What was I hurting? I had a choice between being out of my room and fighting every single day, or being in my room and you just can't fight with me. Right? You're not gonna go in my room and say, "Hey, I think that you're doing this and this." No, I'm in my room. I'm not doing anything. I'm not even speaking. Not even talking. Those were the greatest freaking moments of my life in that house. Because I remember watching first season of this was insane, dude. I had a yoga ball and two um, I had two sets of weight, and I was overweight, very overweight, and I was very very overweight, right? And the place was just toxic. The place was just toxic. And I know I told this story before, but still, it made me feel good because again, we had the same conversation with my dad, which means that I have the same conversation with you guys. It's a cycle, right? Something bother him, he bothers me, I bother you guys, and it's gonna come up with the same thing. I'll bother you guys. Okay, it's a cycle of failure, cycle of pain or torture, right? But I call it mental anguish, and I think it's shell shock. Because I do think those terms are cool. So what I was talking about is, I was in my room. I wasn't hurting anybody, right? I wasn't even talking to anybody. So, and then I told him that's before yesterday. I never told him that. I'm like, dude, you're. I said, and this is. I shouldn't have said that. I was a bit mad, but I told him you're crying wolf when there's a dude in your house who is stuck in his room, which is very small, very fucking small, and he's not able to eat what he wants. He's not able to eat what he wants because I'm not gonna start cooking because the goal was what? The goal was to eat simple thing. I used to do a lot of mixed, so flour, eggs, and sugar. Yeah, that was on me for one day. Like, why? I didn't want to do dishes because I was like, it's again. I had this plate. Oh my god, this is so disgusting. This is so disgusting. This is so bad. I had this Tupperware, not a plate, Tupperware. I had a spoon. Every single meal that I was eating, Tupperware with that food. I went to the apartment. I filled up that Tupperware with what? Peanut butter. I'm not even joking. I'm not even joking. I would have 3 cookies per day because it was I didn't have so I didn't have a bottom, so I could eat like a whole package. So they said, okay, well, we're gonna have to put a limit, and the limit is gonna be what? The limit is gonna be 3 cookies per day. I said, okay, no problem. So I would have the 3 cookies per day. I would squash up, no storage. I want your things in my room. I miss you all of the time. My apologies. My apologies. My apologies. Okay. Too hot? Okay, you're too hot. That's okay. That's okay, you're too hot. I didn't upload anything. Sacre bleu. Just to see what you'd find. I want your things in my room. I miss you. Okay, 114. 114.19. 114.19. Okay, 114.15. Shield. One 114.19. 114.19 is what? Ugh, I don't know what that is. Shit. I would forgot. Ah, 114.50. Okay, good. I'm gonna be uploading from here, but it's gonna drain the battery so fast. Day 294 early morning. Okay. And we're back. We are back with 41 minutes of storage. Uploading a video that will take me how much time to upload? I don't know, but it will take me almost as much. We didn't have the storage. We didn't have Wi-Fi today. That's why the day was so shitty. So I didn't upload, which means like my phone is still full. I did upload yesterday, so I could delete the stuff that I uploaded yesterday, but it's not gonna be a lot. It's not gonna be enough. So just to finish, because I don't want to spend the next hour on this. It's something I mentioned before and something that is not important, but I didn't mention him. Dude, you were no victim. The victim was the guy stuck in his room, not the guy who had the whole house. The victim was the guy who was afraid of being kicked out at the last seconds because he got into a fight because he left his room. You didn't have to worry about fighting. You didn't have to worry about getting kicked out. Right? And then the most beautiful thing is they weren't wanting me to find it. I had the limit date to find a job and an apartment, so I waited last seconds, and I did find it. I found the job and the apartment a week before my date was up, which is insane. And just to tell you, my father told me that he paid for the first 3 months. It wasn't him, it was my mom. Oh. Well, yeah. And I got a job, so I was super happy. I was super excited, right? And then I started having money, right? Because I had a job. I worked there for like a week before. Okay, so I worked there for a week before getting the apartment. Reason as to why is you cannot. So when you have an apartment, you guys probably know that, but some of you guys don't. When you have an apartment, you have to justify, am I getting a salary? So this is where I work. This is how much I make per week. That way, it is proof of you can pay the rent. Well, I had a job, and I was supposed to make this much, but I never got paid because I didn't work enough. So I started working a bit before, and now I could have a paycheck, and I could show that the boss, or not the boss, the landlord, here's my paycheck. But I celebrate. So one of my friends, Faina, at the party, she invites me, and she's like, "Hey, come over." And at the time, I I knew it wasn't safe to leave the house, so I took pills, which is not pills, it's vitamins. I took everything that was in the cupboard. I took one pill of everything. I put it in a Ziploc bag, and I hid it. I hid it. It wasn't the best hiding place, but it wasn't the most obvious. And yeah, I left for one night and they found it, which means that I left the house in a year, one time, and they did check my room, right? Just to say, there's no trust. And this was 13 years ago, right? So you expected to move on, you expected to change, you expected to, you expected to improve, but it didn't.
because it's still a situation that I have to deal with on a very, very awesome basic. So like, okay, well, you know, that's gotta suck. That's gotta suck. But it's okay. So do you know why? I was gonna fix the relationship. I was gonna fix the trust, right? But I couldn't. So now I'm stuck back at the first place with no opportunity to move from the first place. I want to talk about, right? That's good. That's it. Then I was talking about the anime, right? Anime today was cooking, camping, cooking in another world with after skills. When an anime is presented like that, and most of the comments are like, dude, this gave me the envy to want to cook again. First of all, this is fantastic. Second of all, anime was just fantastic, but I got to watch like an hour, and I lost the Wi-Fi. And the problem is, I used a YouTube video to watch it, but the YouTube video doesn't include episode 1 and 2. So yeah. Like shit. Now, if I had more time, I would have checked the channel to see the first part is there, the second part is there, but I didn't. And that's pretty much it. That's my day. But it's just fantastic. So I'm going to be watching that, and plus we did a lot of movies. We're going to do a lot of movies review. So I need to take a break from movies, and I need to go to anime. This is what I just said yesterday, which is basically anime takes more time to watch, but takes at the same time to review. Henceforth, I watch half the anime I watch in movies, and I spend the same amount of time. I spend 2 or 3 days before I make a movie review. Now, what we're gonna do is a movie slash mukbang. So it's very special. We're gonna have to be very careful with the battery. Reason as to why is we are uploading. So when we're uploading, it does drain the battery faster. It's not a big deal, but I have to be careful with that. So why? Well, for example, when the battery hit 5%, I can actually charge it. So what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna wait until the sun is set, which is in 24 minutes, and I'm gonna go inside to charge it because it's gonna be slower charging. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna be charging it pre-jack. Virtual ejaculator. We're gonna be charging before because we know we won't last. So because we're charging it for longer, we last longer. Because we last longer, there's a chance that this doesn't close. Because there's a chance that this doesn't close, and I don't have to worry about my apologies. Waiting until it charges again. And 2 minutes, right? Before we start with the movies, 2 things. Here's the schedule, today. Schedule is super simple. Schedule is we're gonna go with these videos. I'm gonna be watching my TikTok live until 2 in the morning. Maybe 3, maybe 4, I don't know. Then I'm gonna be streaming, then I'm gonna be doing other videos in the morning. And because I woke up at like 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock, 6, 7, we're gonna be able to stream tomorrow morning. So if I don't stream tonight, I can stream tomorrow. If I cannot stream tomorrow, then at least we had a busy day. Multi-window closed, that's not good. That is not good. I need the window open for YouTube. This is gonna be praying. I'm living on a prayer, right? Why is it too hot now and not before? Because now I put the tower and I put YouTube together, right? So yeah. So we're gonna go for 3 movies, right? The first movie is Fanboys. We're gonna go for I forgot what it was. Because we do watch a lot of movies, but we're gonna go for the YouTube one because the YouTube one were free and the YouTube one weren't that good. See that's you wonder why I go crazy? Music like that. I want your things in my room, monsieur, all the time. I saw myself on the internet. We have what for movies? We have Easy A, which is great. We have Geek Freak and Opposite Attract. So Geek Freak is actually Fanboys and Opposite Attract is actually, I don't know, right? We're gonna go with Easy A, which is a movie that really is cool. I'm gonna go out of my way to actually tell something negative about the movie. That's the only thing. That is the only thing, right? Because the beauty of Easy A isn't the movie. The movie is good. It's okay. It's okay. The beauty of the movie is what's intended behind it, right? So, um, I do like Emma Stone or Emily Stone. I do think she's freaking attractive. I think she's killer look, but I like her as a tomboy. I like her as a the awkward. I liked her and Gwen Stacy. I think she was cool, cute, cool with K-U-K-E-W-L-L's cool. And I do like her as Jules from Combat. Obscure reference. Oh, today I was chatting with a person and they had ADHD and we're a similar age, and she had a couple of references that was kind of cool. It was really fun. Then she sent me a picture of her. I got nothing against the trans community, but sorry, didn't mention that she was trans. She didn't mention. So she sent me a full picture of with a full beard, and I was like, hey, would have been nice to know. Nothing against beard, just not in my. I'm not kissing. I don't kiss beard. I know. Freaking 2004 misogynistic fuck. Freaking cisgender. What is it? Cisgender white male heterosexual, boring as fuck, right? But hey, it is who I am. And sorry if you don't like it. Here's your door. It's a balcony, but oh, here's your door. Isn't my door, but it's a door. Wanted a door. You wanted a door, now you don't want a door. Figure it out. So Easy A. Sorry. Emma Stone in this movie is very sexualized, which is a conscious effort because the movie is very sexualized. But I just don't want that. I just don't buy it. I just don't buy it. Because that's not the Emma Stone that I know. The Stone that I know that I don't know. She haven't answered my 1,000 email. No, it was 900. Let's not go crazy, okay? See, they agree. Thank you guys. 900 is not creepy, I know. That's what I told the police. Okay, good. So, with Emma Stone, it's sort of special because you're like, okay, well, this is kind of really good, but it's kind of odd because of the implication. I need to do the YouTube because otherwise I'm not going to be able to. I don't have the storage. If I don't have the storage, I gotta film. If I cannot film, I cannot charge the batteries as much as I want to. And if I cannot charge the battery, we're fucked. And I still gotta do this, and I still gotta do a hard talk, but that's it for tonight. So I'm possibly talking about an hour and a half, which is pretty doable. But it doesn't mean that it's never be able to do it. Pretty doable would not be able to do it. Okay. So I'll be right back. Sorry for the small video, sorry for the multiple part, but a man has to do what a man has to do, and a man has to do, I don't know. I want your things in my room, I miss you all of the time. I thought myself on the internet just to see what you'd find. I want your things in my room, I miss you all of the time. You make it look so easy, making everything behind. You look so cool, getting high. No handlebars, you wanna die. I'm actually fairly certain. You make it look so easy. Fuck. Okay. So now what I have to do is this. Okay.
Use my phone.
Shut up. Where's Crown? Aha, Crown. Part 5 and Crown Part 6, please. Crown Part 5.
Whoa. Whoa. Whoa.
Yeah, we fucked up. What did I do?
4.5.
What did I fuck up? Actually,
There you go. Perfect. Lost in time, trying to save the world. The Powerpuff Girl. And then we're back with part 3. Sorry about the multiple part, I just don't have the storage. We're working on the storage. I think I'm going to be able to do it. How well am I able to do it? That's another question. But I shall pull it off, right? I shall be able to pull it off. Respectfully, unapologetically, myself. So Easy A, we're talking about Easy A. Easy is fantastic. Easy is fantastic is the story of Emma Stone, who is not known, right? And Emma Stone, she is this person that sort of doesn't care about popularity, but she's literally being ignored, right? And then what is kind of crazy is because her life is so boring, she invents herself a fucked, but she doesn't even invent. One of her friends like, oh my god, you sleazy, you slept with him. But she's like, okay, well, we were dating. And it kind of worked for Emma Stone's character because Emma Stone is possibly typecast as this person that is funny. I also liked her in Zombieland, by the way. Forgot to mention that, huh? So yeah, so I think Emma Stone is super cool. My crushing on her, I had a crush on her for sure. Watching Shazam, which is the amazing Spider-Man 2. But she was more, I don't know, she was cool, and she was cool in the first one. I dare take not. Andrew Garfield cheated on her though. So not cool, Andrew. Not cool. However, I do like the name Andrew. Because it's French and English. I would like to call my son Andrew. If you asked me what name I would call my son, I would have 17 sons with the same name. No, I would have a lot of sons because there's a lot of names that are super cool. And naming your kid is important because, like, if you don't like the name, if you have name regrets, like, dude, I should have thought about it, right? So Easy A, kind of cool. So the way the movie is done is super well written, and I know a lot of people are gonna say, it's not that good, but I found it super good. So her friend, she says, oh, you slept with him, and then Emma Stone, not as a joke, but because it was so boring, she goes like, yeah, I slept with him. And to the character of Amanda Bynes, and again, when I say something disgusting, I am absolutely sorry for what Amanda Bynes went through. Can't wait to watch that Nickelodeon documentary and the alleged possible abuse they were, right? By the way, I used to be a big fan of the Ned Declassified cast, not anymore. They made fun of other people that were going through abuse because their cast was healthy. You're what? And Daniel Schneider allegedly fuck you. It's not Daniel, it's Daniel? I don't know. Daniela? I don't know. But fuck you. You know what I'm talking about, and you know who deserves to fuck you, right? Good. What else? Oh yeah, okay, cool. So with Easy A, and then Amanda Bynes, you see her, and she looks amazing, but amazing. Looks great, right? So she goes in, and it's super funny because so the character of what's the character? Oh yeah, the character. I don't remember the name of the character, but she basically inspired herself from a movie, which is the first one, which is Easy A. No, it's the Scarlet Letter. So the Scarlet Letter is a movie where, and this is really cool because they do a lot of mention of that movie on a piece of art, and the movie is vaguely inspired by that, so you can kind of guess the ending in the first 10 minutes of the movie. So then the movie they says, well, this girl who ends up being they think she's a slut, but she's not a slut. She's really kind, and because she's really kind, people at the end like her. But because she was a slut, they branded her with a letter, which is Easy A, right? Which is this letter A, right? There's also a couple of characters that we adore. The history teacher, which is very nice. The counseling teacher, which is, and the movie is so well written because it's so dumb. For example, Israeli teacher is super cool, super fucking cool. However, Lisa Kudrow character, which is the counseling, the counselor, I guess, the chancellor, Papa D, character is hateable, right? And she's a shitty character. She sleeps with students, that student, and I love that. I love that because she sleeps with student, but that student is 22 years old. So it's not that weird. It's not that weird. And then, so there's this guy, this gay dude that comes in and said, "Yo, I know that you can sleep, and you're just going to be light." And then Amanda Bynes, Emma Stone character tells him like, "You should try, dude. You should try. Worst case, you're gonna lie and you're gonna be popular." Right now, this guy was gay. At a time where being gay wasn't super accepted, and it's like try to be straight. So at least till college. At college, you can do whatever you want. People will be more understanding. But in this small town, there's no hope. So the guy comes up with the idea like, "Hey, what if I pretend I can sleep with you, and say I'll pay you, I'll do whatever you want." And some character's like, "Oh, fuck, dude, fuck, I don't want to do it, and I should slap you for saying that." But the character pities her, and he's like, "Please, please, I'll pay you. I'll do whatever you need. You can save my reputation." The character of Emma Stone sacrificed her reputation for him. Like, okay, we'll pretend we slept together, right? And then this guy opens his mouth, and another, I would say loser, it's not nice, another society reject, which I was that guy. I would have totally paid her to pretend like I slept with her to be cool, which is not paying for sex. It's paying for pretend sex, which is the entire business model of OnlyFans. Makes you think, huh? Makes you think. Makes you think. Yeah? It makes you think, right? So the guy's like, "Okay, well, please wait for me." So she does it for him. There's a rumor go around. People are coming to her, and then she starts accepting money and gift card to say, "Hey, I slept with him," right? Then she seemed like the biggest sloozy or the biggest loosey goosey in town. Her best friend's like, "Dude, I don't care about what you're doing. You're loosey goosey. We're not friends." So she loses her best friend, and she has this popularity. She's being acknowledged. She's being, people that never talk to her are talking to her. And there's even a mention of it. There's this football player that comes to her and says, "Hey, how are you? Sup?" And she's like, "Hey, guys that I never talked to." So there's just this really comical aspect of she's aware that she never talked to him, and that's weird that he talked to her, but it beats not talking to him or him not talking to her or ignoring her existence. And then there's the whole syphilis, which is given to the guy that's 22 years old by the counselor. And the counselor, which is Lisa Kudrow, is crying, and she says, "Well," and the character, which is really cool, of Emma Stone, and this is why I think it's well written, because Lisa Kudrow character didn't do anything that is sort of praiseworthy. She's a shitty character. You don't feel bad for her. She isn't the nicest, and you just be like, "Yo, are we really liking that character?" The Israeli teacher, or whatever it's called, I don't remember what it was. I think it was like a Israeli teacher or a English teacher, one of the two. And it's really nice, and they're dating. So Emma Stone character realized that if the guy realized that she cheated on him, it would be crushed. She doesn't want to seem sad, so she pretend like she gave the chlamydia or the syphilis to the other student. That way, their marriage is not broken, right? So yeah, so the movie itself is just so great because it is there's a character, and there's digging yourself deeper. So the lesson here is don't lie, because the lie will get deeper. But it's also her losing a reputation which wasn't existent before, to protect other people, to protect the weak, which is kind of cool. And at the end of the movie, you realize that she didn't do anything of that sort. You realize that she was in love with a guy, and that guy knew that it was not true. So she ends up in a relationship with him, and then everybody is happy ever after. The guy that would pretend to sleep with her are now popular. They now have friends. The teacher, rightfully so, broke up with the Lisa Kudrow character. It's like, you a sleuth. She wasn't a sleuth. You were a sleuth, though. So the implication of it is, which is false pretense, and the way she's talking, and I love that because it's a very early era, it's a very early 2000 movie, but she'll talk to camera, and she'll say like, "This is blah 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 blah," which is basically like how fast a rumor spread. and it's really well thought of. It's really well written. The movie inspired the subject of 2 days ago, which is truth is relative. Because truth is relative, people didn't really wonder if they slept together or she slept around. They just expect her. The rumor kept going crazy, so she started rumor and then it ended in a different way. For example, she did it with 3 dudes the same night, which is not true, right? And then it's kind of that, and then it also shows like there's no point in lying because you're gonna dig yourself in a deeper hole. There's no going out. But what you do is you lie. It's like fake it till you make it. Fake it till you're out of it. Until you're out of it. So the movie itself was really good, and I gotta say, was it the best movie I've ever seen? No. Was it an okay movie? Absolutely. But why am I so happy? The moon is out. We can go in. The reason why I'm so happy about that movie is I knew the existence of the movie 10 years ago, 12 years ago, 15 years ago. I was in high school. Never watched it, never gave it a chance. And now that I do, I'm like, oh, that's not too bad. That's not such a bad movie. It's actually pretty good. It's actually pretty freaking good, right? And there you go. Now the next movie is gonna be emotional. We're gonna go with Fanboy. So Fanboy is a group of friends. It's a movie that lacks in creativity. It's a group of friends. They're nerds. One of their friends is dying, right? But they go on a trip to go to the Star Wars ranch because they want to see a movie before everybody else. It's not clear what the movie is. It's not clear if it's Attack on Titan, Attack of the Clone Wars. It's not clear if it's